Today's video is going to show you how you can hit your iron club straighter with more club face control by controlling something we call rate of closure. So you've joined me back here at the Forest of Arden out on the golf course, helping you today with hitting your golf shot straighter by controlling the rate of closure. We're going to get into this in a lot more detail in this video, but you're going to learn a checkpoint for your delivery position, you're going to learn a checkpoint for your exit position, and you're also going to learn about what we just said, which is called rate of closure. Ultimately, this is going to help you hit the golf ball straighter because it's going to give you more control over the club face, and we all need to have control of that club face if we're to play the game well and consistently week in, week out. Just before we get started, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, I would love you to be part of our community. There is a clickable link in the description box down below, so head down there now, give that a click, and also hit the little bell icon as well, because that just means you'll be notified each time I upload a video. So let's quickly get into this, and let's first of all describe what we mean by rate of closure. Well, through the golf swing, the club face is never pointing in the same direction. The golf club face is always in the process of opening and closing. So we have what we call a rate of closure. Now, lots of golfers out there who are playing the game of golf and they might hit some really good golf shots, but they can't repeat it time after time after time. They might hit the odd one left, the odd one right, and they just want to get that dispersion a little bit tighter. Very often they can have a high rate of closure, which makes it very, very difficult for that golfer to repeat the good move. So if we look at it from this point here, we're just going to kind of show you two examples of something that will be, let's consider a low rate of closure, which would be this movement here. So you can see that golf club is always changing where it's pointing. And then if we show you what would be a high rate of closure. So you can see a very, very different sort of look to that. Now, effectively, the same thing's happening. The club face is opening and closing, but the rate of which it's doing that is much higher. And it doesn't take an expert at golf to realize that that second movement is going to be much, much harder to time. Ball position becomes incredibly important, timing becomes incredibly important, and rhythm and tempo also become incredibly important. They are also, when the rate of closure is good, but less so. So a golfer who would have a high rate of closure, we'd often see that where on the way down, the leading edge of the golf club is tipped back away from the ground. So you can see here the toe is much more behind the heel. This golfer to hit the ball straight would generally have to rotate and twist the club excessively, and on the way through we'd often get the opposite look where the golf club face points very much down towards the ground, and again the toe of the golf club is, as I look, to the left of the heel. So the way I want you to think about this is relative to, as I stand there, this is in front of me, this is behind me. The high rate of closure, the toe would be behind the heel. As I go through, again, the toe would be behind the heel. What I really want you to feel in this little exercise is as you get to this delivery position here, the toe is slightly in front of the heel. So you can see it's more tipped down towards the ground. And as I rotate through and go through to my end position, you'll notice that the toe is again to this side of the heel. So what we've really done is we've changed where the golf club is in terms of its club face position, the twists that are applied to the golf club at delivery position and exit position. Now, if we know that those two reference points are different, we can kind of say with a fair bit of certainty that the rate of closure is pretty good. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you're going to hit straighter shots. What it will mean is you're going to hit those straighter shots more often, because a golfer with a high rate of closure can still have a day when they time everything perfectly well and hit some great golf shots. But the next time they go and play, it might be a very, very different story, and they often kind of wonder why was my game good last week and not so good today? It feels the same. Well, it's very much relying on timing. So we're not suggesting that this is going to get you to hit better shots, but you should find over the course of weeks, months, years, seasons, you're going to be a lot more consistent in your delivery of the club, and there obviously the ball flight. So toe is slightly more in front of the heel, and as I go through, again we see the toe this side of the heel. That little exercise there is exactly how I'd get you to start and implement this drill into your golf swing. So you're going to take a starting position. I've got myself a 5-iron. I find myself a nice little delivery position where the toe is correctly referenced to the heel, and as I go through, you can see how again the toe is to the right of the heel, and that's my little reference point that I've controlled the rate of closure. If we look at what that would look like on a very, very different golf swing, so the incorrect version, then we will see This point here, we get the toe laid back. And you can see I was able to hit that ball pretty straight, but just look at where the golf club is on the follow through. So both of those shots there was a good example. Both of those went pretty straight. So if they were just singular golf swings, I would say, well, no, neither one is better than the other. But if I was to do that 100 times with each little exercise, we would definitely see that the first one would give me a much tighter dispersion. And that's really what we're looking at in this video, is tightening up that dispersion, giving you more consistency, rather than looking to improve that one good shot that we can all hit. It's more a case of trying to get all of the shots to be closer in terms of their direction, and we're really looking at controlling the club face. So working on rate of closure can really help you hit those iron shots straighter more often, and that's really going to help you lower the scores. Really hope that video helps. Give that a go at the driving range in practice. Don't take it to the course straight away. Get that used to the feelings first before you start taking it to the course, but I really think that can help you. Hopefully that video had some value to you. If you think that information was good, you think it can help someone else, please share this video with them, and also head down into the comments box, leave me a comment, give this video a like if you did like it. As we said at the start, give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you very much for watching. We'll hopefully see you back here again soon.